Welcome to Trump Breaking News Network, your daily source for up-to-date news on the political scene of Donald Trump, his presidency, American politics and conspiracies. Please subscribe to receive notice of our daily updates. Also share with your friends and your social media. We encourage you to like our videos and give your comments.
This is TBNN.
Wikileaks drops late-night proof the NY Times colluded with Hillary Clinton while she was Secretary of State. Wikileaks hit back hard late Saturday night after the New York Times rolled out yet another hit piece titled, "Republican Attacks on Mueller and F.B.I. Open New Rift in GOP." The New York Times is a mouthpiece for deep state operatives. Wikileaks revealed in a midnight tweet late Saturday into Sunday that a New York Times reporter used to email the State Department giving them updates on stories they would be running several days in advance. Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State at the time. This would give her State Department enough time to distract or put a spin on the new revelations. Email shows New York Times handed over Cablegate's publication schedule to the U.S. government, without telling it Wikileaks, giving the State Department, then headed by Hillary Clinton, up to 9 days in advance to spin the revelations or create diversions, Wikileaks tweeted. The players in the WikiLeaks email are interesting. Scott Shane is the national security reporter for The Times. And the recipient of his email, Philip Crowley, was at the time the United States Assistant Secretary of State for Public Affairs under Clinton's State Department. The State Department released a portion of the documents found on pervert Anthony Weiner's laptop Friday, and at least 5 emails contained classified information. The FBI seized Weiner's laptop after he was caught sexting with an underage teenager and discovered classified information on the disgraced politician's computer. The Daily Mail reported. At least 5 emails determined to be classified were found among 2,800 documents stored on a laptop belonging to Anthony Weiner, whose then-wife Huma Abedin was Deputy Chief of Staff to then-Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. The State Department released hundreds of pages of materials Friday afternoon, including a total of 8 pages classified at the confidential level, the third most sensitive level the U.S. government uses. The emails date from 2010, 2011 and 2012 and concern discussions with Middle East leaders including some from Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Hamas and the Palestinian Authority. Large portions, including entire pages, were redacted before the document's release. 3 of them were sent either to or from an address called BBB Backup, which one email identifies as a backup of a BlackBerry Bold 9700, presumably belonging to Abedin. 1 page of a document released Friday is heavily redacted and marked classified. It mentions update on Hamas PA talks, referring to the Palestinian Authority. Another is a 4-page call sheet meant to guide Clinton through a sensitive phone call with Benjamin Netanyahu. The work-related emails and other documents were recovered from Weiner's computer last year by the FBI. Civilians like Weiner, who was once a congressman but resigned in mid-2011, are prohibited from possessing or reading classified documents without a security clearance. Hillary Clinton is directly responsible for this. She along with everyone complicit must be investigated and brought to justice. Americans are mad as hell that Hillary has gotten a free pass after committing one crime after another. Hillary has put our national security at risk time and time again with her mishandling of classified information, pay-to-play and Uranium One scandal. Enough is enough. Paging AG Sessions. Tom Fitton had this to say about the new Huma Hillary doc dump from the State Department Friday. This is a major victory. After years of hard work in federal court, Judicial Watch has forced the State Department to finally allow Americans to see these public documents. It will be in keeping with our past experience that Abedin's emails on Weiner's laptop will include classified and other sensitive materials. That these government docs were on Anthony Weiner's laptop dramatically illustrates the need for the Justice Department to finally do a serious investigation of Hillary Clinton's and Huma Abedin's obvious violations of law.
This has been the Trump Breaking News Network. Please subscribe and share to stay up to date on the latest news about our president. Be informed.